the Women's Business Center. Your first step to success.
Hi everyone, welcome to The Edge. The Edge is a YouTube program that we do to empower, to inspire, to get you thinking about how your dreams can become a reality. So thank you for being with us. I am Giselle Mascarenhas-Villarreal, and I am one of the sponsors with Indigo PR.
I am Hammond, and I'm also a sponsor with Atlas Electrical Air Conditioning Services and Refrigeration for the Women's Business Center.
I am Charo Mann. I'm the director of the Women's Business Center.
My name is Yolanda Gonzalez. I'm the district manager with Fargo Bank in the Upper Rio Grande Valley.
She is our guest.
Yes.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my story. I'm going to share a little bit about how I started in the banking industry, and my experience goes back to high school. Believe it or not, I was a high school student in La Jolla, and there was a local credit.
Oh my goodness! I also graduated from La Jolla.
There you go.
I was just going to buy a lot.
And the local credit union had just moved to a bigger building, so they asked our local high school if they could provide some students to go through an application process, of course, to work at a work-study program and be able to help move some of the files that they had moved when they moved the building. And this is supposed to be a temporary job, but I stayed there for 5 years.
Wow.
So my experience began there. I was filing in the vault for many months, trying to put all their records together, and as I was filing, I started going through the loan files and started learning about collateral and the cars and the houses and a lot of great things. One of the projects that I worked on as well was filming their work, because back in the days they used to film their work.
What does that mean, film their work?
Film their work means they have to ram it through an actual filming machine, unlike today where a lot of our tellers automatically scan their checks and it's done immediately. They used to scan it after the fact to be able to save their records for later. So I started learning. I was very intrigued about so many different things that the bank entailed, and it just opened my eyes to the banking world. At the same time, my dad was a small business owner, an entrepreneur, so after school, I would go work at the credit union, and then I would go work at my dad's business and help him close it. So it was so funny because as I was learning and growing through the credit union, I was also able to help my dad with his small business, because I was learning about loans, about checking accounts, and about so many different products that the bank had to offer to help him grow his business. So
you were implementing it at the same time.
I was at the same time.
You're like,
I was
guinea pig.
like, you need a loan. Home equity loan so we can open another business. And it was so funny because I was obviously growing. I started at the credit union when I was 16 years old, and I stayed there for many years. And at the same time, my dad grew his business from 1 to 2 to 3 different type of businesses all at the same time. So it was a great opportunity for me. I saw the value of being a banker. I saw the value of what the bank had to offer to a small business owner and what it had to offer to just a regular consumer. So as I ventured into my banking, I decided to finish my education, of course, in banking. So my degree is in finance, and I've been in banking ever since.
Oh, wow. You look so young. Like you're from high school.
Thank you.
And so your dad's business, it grew, and you went into the banking, into the finance. What do you think, did you ever see yourself doing something different?
Well, no, and let me tell you the why. As he was able to grow and expand his own businesses, I continued to see more and more of the need. So for example, at one point he had a novelty store, and I saw the need to expand, and he was able to grow into 3 different novelty stores because he was able to obtain a home equity loan to grow his business. And then he ventured into the car sales, and he added that to his book or his umbrella of businesses. And at that point, I started seeing that need for auto loans. There was a lot, and there were used cars, but even at that point, the customers didn't have the full money to be able to buy a $5,000 car or a $10,000 car. So then that's where I came in, and I was like, great, we can start doing loans to these individuals so they can get a better car. And then my dad was,
So like
we can do in-house loans. I was like, great! And at the same time in my career, I started, of course, filing like I mentioned, and then I went on to be a teller, and that's where I learned, about money management. And then I went to be a personal banker, and I also became a loan officer and a collection officer. So at that point, once my dad started to do his in-house collections, I already had that background to be able to help him and support him in growing that business. So it's been a fabulous experience for me, having grown in the banking industry, because like Charo said, I've been in it for so long that I've been able to not only help myself, my family, but also help the community who is in the same type of need.